Around 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with water. However, only a small fraction of this water is drinkable. This source of drinkable water is held by aquifers and remaining surface water. This surface water is fed by surrounding rivers and oceans. Unfortunately, these larger bodies of water are being treated poorly. For example, each year, 1.2 trillion gallons of untreated sewage, stormwater, and industrial waste are being dumped into U.S. waters. Water pollution is defined as any unnatural agents in the water that causes harm to the environment and living things in the surrounding area and significantly reduces the quality of the water.
This pollution directly affects many different species and population of marine life, as well as the surrounding environments like marshlands. These marshlands are essential for the filtration of water, and if various forms of municipal trash are present in these ecosystems, significant environmental issues will occur. Also, the aesthetic appeal is significantly lower due to the presence of this pollution. People avoid these trash-ridden areas because of their lack of aesthetics, which does not help the issue at hand. In our local community, the James River economically provides $18.9 billion every year. If the tri-state area was to completely destroy this valuable resource, not only would the ecosystem suffer, but our local economy would see decreases as well. In addition, water is viewed as a commons, and human nature has a tendency to exploit these commons. The ignorance associated with the commons needs to decrease, otherwise the globe as a whole will face serious problems. How can you help? Picking up trash around the river would make a larger impact than one might think. Every little bit counts. Also, making areas surrounding the river like Tredegar Ironworks National Park would further protect these valuable resources. Finally, using reusable containers would decrease the amount of municipal waste produced because a majority of the plastic used by humans ends up in rivers, lakes, and oceans.
From a legislative standpoint, there are many laws in place, but there is simply not enough enforcement. There are varying littering laws, but again, there is very little being done to hold people to the law. On a larger scale, there is the Pollution Prevention Act. This act does not directly limit pollution, however, it attacks the issue from a conservation standpoint. It focuses on source reduction, which refers to the practices that reduce hazardous substances from being released into the environment prior to recycling, treatment, or disposal. Furthermore, the Clean Water Act of 1972 regulates pollutants discharged into U.S. waters. 40% of lakes in the U.S. are too polluted for humans to fish in, swim in, or drink from them, so imagine the organisms attempting to live in these conditions. These pollution concerns can be applied to our own community. If the strategies set forth for the James River under the Chesapeake Bay cleanup, the current $18.9 billion in economic value could be increased to as much as $22.1 billion per year. All it would take is simple measures to improve our local waterways.
There he goes!